This is the Rolls-Royce Wraith, but it's not just any Wraith. This is the black badge version, which Rolls reckons is the brand's alter ego and one that embraces the night. And nobody does night quite like downtown Tokyo, so we're about to tackle the tight, neon-bathed streets of Shinjuku. There's people everywhere, there's cars everywhere, and the taxis especially seem like they're trying to kill you. So wish us luck.
But first things first, under that huge bonnet lives a truly glorious engine. A 6.6 litre V12 that, thanks to a boost in torque, will generate 465 kilowatts and a whopping 870 newton meters. That's 70 newton meters more than the standard Wraith. And that's a hell of a lot, even in a car that weighs well over 2 tons.
And that makes forward progress unbelievably effortless. But what's even more unbelievable is the ability of this car to dispose of the outside world. Now, we're not in the quietest part of town, but seal the windows and the outside world just vanishes. It's also supposed to be the driver's roles, with engineers tweaking the suspension and the gearbox to make it feel a little bit more dynamic. And for a brand whose owners generally ride in the back seat, that's a little bit unusual. Now, the price in Australia is a not insignificant $750,000. So while Rolls says it's targeting a younger demographic, it's a very particular younger demographic.
And these young people, they want to drive it. And so plenty of focus has been poured into giving this Wraith a sportier, more aggressive attitude. Now, a sport button would be far too common for buyers of the black badge, so instead, the Wraith's been given this kind of unique mind-reading trick where it alters its character based on how you're driving it. The 8-speed gearbox will respond to how heavy you are with your right foot, with it holding onto gears for longer and to higher in the rev range when it senses you want to push it. It downshifts faster when you're braking into bends too, and the air suspension has been stiffened in an effort to stop it lolling about in corners. And the flat-footed sprint to 100 kilometers an hour is otherworldly. The scenery flashing by the near-silent cabin, a muffled rumble from the exhaust, the only indication that you're pushing this Wraith out of its comfort zone. So the question is, does the world need a go-fast Rolls-Royce? And that answer is a resounding yes. In a world of hybrid powertrains and practical SUVs, the fact that something quite so insane as a 2-door performance-fettled Wraith black badge exists is something that should be celebrated.
The Wraith Black Badge was an edgy new direction for one of the world's least edgy brands, and it feels perfectly at home here on the crazy streets of downtown Tokyo. Yes, it's a lot of money to part with, but it also offers a mix of prestige and power that few can match.